Hey guys, we're back again. We're doing a special video today. Today we are ranking all of the characters from when we arrived in the Grand Line up until the end of Alabasta. Welcome to the channel if you're brand new. MangaMark channel. We are watching One Piece for the first time. Like I said, just finished Alabasta and I'm going to rank the characters. I did a video when we finished East Blue, ranking all the characters up to that point. I couldn't get a decent one where they had the characters from East Blue included in it as well, because I was told that the ones that they had contained kind of like spoilers and stuff, and I didn't want to, risk going into any of them by myself and checking, just in case. And so, just basically all of the characters that I was on the last video from the East Blue, basically, if they haven't played a part in the story since coming to the Grand Line, they won't be on this list. Basically, for example, Smoker was on the East Blue tier list, but because he was in Alabasta, him and Tashigi are on this list here. So, the good thing about it is, because the other characters haven't appeared, my opinions on them won't have changed, you know. So, if you look at the last video, you'll see where I ranked the likes of Shanks. Shanks hasn't been in the story since we got to the Grand Line, but I believe I put him in A tier in last video. In my opinion, that hasn't changed because I haven't seen any more of him. If I had seen more of his character, if I'd seen more of his story, maybe he would have been bumped up, but he hasn't had that chance. The good thing is, the people that have made a little appearance since the East Blue video, for example, Cobra, I can see Kobe here, I can see the likes of Helmepo Kobe, I can see, Smoker, Tashigi is there, and who the other kind of side characters that were there that maybe appeared in before it all, like Full Body and Jango, because they made a reappearance in Alabasta. See, things like that, they've reappeared, but the likes of, let's just say, Zeph or Belmere, who made it into my F rank in the East Blue video, won't be in this one because sadly we won't get to see any more Belmere. But I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm going to kind of go in depth with each character. Well, certain ones. I can see a lot of the kind of Alabasta animals make an appearance on here as well. I'm not going to go into depth of my reasoning for them. So, yeah. I hope we're not going to have a lot of people in the trash tier this time. There wasn't many in the Alabasta. There weren't many in trash tier in the East Blue one. But I can see a couple of characters here on this one that I think I'm going to be a lot harsher this time. I'm going to be a lot harsher this time than I was in the East Blue one. And yeah, I'll judge them on that. But guys, I'm going to jump in. It's all part of the fun. Right now, as you've been wondering where I've been, as I've been watching the filler. I've been watching the filler in my own time. And I've just had to make time to make this video. But I'm almost done with the filler. I only have a couple of episodes left. I just had to make this video today. I wanted to kind of get it, I was ready to jump into the next arc. I believe it's episode 144. We'll be back with the normal videos reacting to the episodes of One Piece. But right now, I'm just about to finish that. I've enjoyed the filler. The first few episodes I really liked, where they went into the characters that we knew. Like, we got to see a flashback of how Zorro met Yosuke and Johnny, for example, and we got to see, a little bit of Nami backstory, a little bit of Chopper back. It was good. We got to flesh out the characters more, a little bit of Usopp, and we got to see Robin, who has just joined the crew. We got to see her interacting with the crew a bit, which I appreciated, and then I didn't like the kind of story in between, the one with the old man and the goats for a few episodes. I just wanted to get past that one, to be honest, but it wasn't terrible. But I just I was hoping it wasn't going to take too long. I am enjoying the one I'm on right now. I'm almost done with it, with the pirate graveyard and the mist with the rainbow stuff and that, and the kids that went missing. I am enjoying that arc right now. It's a little filler arc that I'm watching. That I think I've got maybe 2 episodes left before we go into the canon arc that's coming up. So yeah, guys, enjoying the filler. I will be back with episode 144 and 145 when we jump in. But let's just jump in here. Let's talk some One Piece characters and see what we think of them and if we will be changing some, moving some up, moving some down. You know, there'll be some characters that I've made, like the Straw Hats, for example, or ones that were in the last video that my opinions may have changed on. Maybe some controversial opinions in here. But let's just jump straight in and let's get started. And at the very front, I see here that we have Karoo. Now, oh God, what a decision right off the bat. Karoo. I'm putting Karoo into A tier. Karoo is, I didn't expect to get so attached to this little duck, but he was amazing through Alabasta. He was great. He was so many emotional moments he had. Even those moments that he had on Little Garden. There was great moments he had on even like Drum when he dove into the water to try and save Zorro. Funny moments like that. Obviously on Little Garden was the first time we kind of saw an emotional moment from him when he started. You know, he was beaten up and he wouldn't give up Vivi's location under the threat. You know, they wanted him to call out to get somebody to come and get him. He wouldn't do it. Took the beating, and then he was all battered and bruised, and he dug Luffy out the hole. Great. Crew's great. You know, that moment where he got Vivi up the cliff and then was running through the battle and got shot. That was great. You know, Crew is a great little character. I was hoping him and Vivi would join the crew. I kind of held out hope until the end there, but it wasn't to be, sadly. But yeah, Crew is great. Yeah, he deserves to be an A. Now, full body. I don't know. I can't remember where I put him last time. I'll need to look at the East Blue tier list. I'll put him in D. I just don't get much from him. You know, I understand now, like, he's under Hina. He's under Hina for the Marines. Obviously, we saw what happened to him in Alabasta with Sanji humiliating him and all the stuff there. But, like, he's not really done much for me to warrant getting anything other than a D tier. You know, he's a scrub. And I didn't like him in East Blue. Not as in the character's bad. I don't mean the character's poorly written or anything. I just mean, like, he's just meh. He's just there, you know. Yeah. If he wasn't in the story anymore, like, I wouldn't grumble. But the good thing about One Piece is that little characters like this that you don't expect to come back do come back, and I love that. I love that they have those, because even though I'm not a big fan of the character, I still like that feeling of going, oh hey, it's that guy from the start of the story. That's good. I enjoy that. Usopp. Oh, Usopp. I'm going to put Usopp in A. Usopp was in A in the East Blue one as well. I don't think he's done enough to move up for me. He's had some great moments. And I do believe that Usopp is a good character and has had a lot of good kind of growth moments. I love the speech he gave in Alabasta when he was going up against Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas. I did enjoy that because he was kind of, I thought to myself he was going to run away. He was giving he was going back on the growth that I'd seen in Arlong Park, and I thought he was going to run away from the fight out of fear, but he didn't. He stood there, he took them on, and he gave a great speech about Luffy and how, you know, when your friends' dreams are laughed at. I loved that. That was a great moment for Usopp. He had some great, like, his value to the crew was shown as well when it showed you, like, what he does on the ship, the things he takes care of, and him developing Nami's weapon for her. I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome. You know, it just shows you that even though he's not a strong character, he has such value, and it's something that One Piece does so good compared to other shows. You know, I love Dragon Ball growing up. I've spoken about this before. I love Dragon Ball, and I felt like the side characters that I loved in Dragon Ball just fell by the wayside, you know, because they weren't strong enough to be like Super Saiyan times 20 or whatever they ended up going to. You know, like the likes of the joke is Yamcha, right? But I'm not even including him because that's like the meme. But I mean, like characters like Krillin, Tien, you know, they just at a certain point, Piccolo, you forgot about Piccolo because they didn't. He get treated as a joke, you know, near the end. I'm like, right, okay. But yeah, they're doing it right with Usopp. That's what I'll say. Now, Sanji, on the other hand, here we go. He has moved up to S for me. He's moved up to S. I loved the stuff with Mr. Prince stuff in Alabasta. I thought that was great. I loved him. I loved the plot of Sanji being the one that they didn't know about. You know, like Mr. Two didn't have his face, then that whole thing played out with the thing building up of the Mr. Prince thing from Little Garden when he spoke to Crocodile, pretending to be Mr. Free, telling him the job was done. That was great. You know, Mr. Prince is just like that kind of a turnaround for me. And then obviously the fight with Mr. Two was awesome. That was great, but it's more when I did the East Blue rankings, I didn't have much time with Sanji. It was kind of like all I got from him was like Arlong Park and Logtown, but Logtown wasn't much. You know, I'd got like those two little arcs to kind of get him, but the arcs that we got him in were focused on other things. Like Arlong Park was very much focused on Nami's story. So I didn't get much from him other than the comedic stuff we were getting with him and the couple of awesome like fight moments they had. So I've got time to kind of appreciate Sanji's character more, and he's the kind of nice mix, I feel, where a lot of the good thing about One Piece is it's not just one character that's there for the comedy. All the characters are there for the comedy routine. I love that, right? But I feel like Sanji's just a nice balance, you know? Whereas Zorro's the cool guy. Luffy's the inspiring kind of leader, but at the same time, like, the bumbling idiot kind of thing. Whereas Sanji kind of has a nice balance of both, where at 1 minute he will be the cool, suave, you know, just Mr. Prince personified, you know, just great, awesome, you know, just sleek character. And then on the next minute, he'll be a complete goof, but not in the same kind of way as Luffy, but as in, like, the way he acts different to Zorro or Luffy or, like, the guys compared to the way he acts in front of Nami or Robin or Vivi. It totally changes. I think it's hilarious, you know, it's just funny. He's a good character. He's got great, you know, like, you don't know. I feel like he's the one of the sensible ones on the crew as well, because even though he has that stupid side to him, like goofy, fun, like, you know, just head over heels for any woman he sees, kind of like Brock in Pokemon kind of thing. But at the same time, I feel like he's one of the level-headed ones that when something happens and a decision needs to be made, you're looking for Sanji's opinion on it. And I like that. I like that he was one of the ones when they had that great scene with Luffy and Vivi, when Luffy kind of, you know, hit her and kind of was like, right, okay, this is what needs to happen, blah, blah. He was one of the ones that was like, right, okay, yeah, I can see what he's saying here, you know. He's rational about it, but at the same time, you know, when Robin's joining the crew and they're all kind of like, they have their suspicions and stuff, he's the first one to be like, yeah, I don't care who she is, you know, just let her join the crew. So it's a fun balance of him. I love the character. He's grown on me a lot since the East Blue, and I think he belongs in S tier now. So now this one might be controversial, but I'm going to put Chopper in B. No, I'm going to put him in A. Sorry, not B. I can't put him below Karoo. But I feel like I've not had enough from Chopper. What I'll do is at the end, I did the same thing with East Blue. At the end, what I'll do with the S and the A is I'll kind of put them in order of best to worst in S and the A rank, because I want to give my kind of opinions on that. Whereas Chopper, Drum was such a good arc, you know, his Chopper's backstory was amazing. So good, and I love the aesthetic, him being the reindeer in the Winter Island, great stuff, and him being a doctor, his devil fruit and stuff, it's all great stuff for the show, great stuff for the crew, and the dynamic of it, I love it. I love the character. He's adorable, I love the trait of him not when he's getting a compliment or he's getting praised, and he can't help but show his emotion, but he tells them, oh no, don't, he swears at them and stuff, telling them to get away. I like that. I think that's cute. I love that he can't hide properly, that he hides the wrong way and stuff. That's good. We saw a little bit of a moment with the filler episodes I was watching there, with him kind of bonding with Robin a bit when the two of them were left on the ship. I enjoyed it, and I do enjoy his character, but I just feel out of all the Straw Hats right now, kind of excluding Robin because she's just joined the crew as well, but I feel like I need more. I need more from him. There's not much there right now. He's like the cute mascot kind of thing, but he's so important to the ship. He's the doctor. He's a doctor that we've needed for a long time, and he's important to the ship. I understand that, but I don't feel like he's had, and it's because he is kind of relatively new. He hasn't had as much moments as the rest of the crew, so he hasn't had those awesome moments. I say he makes A tier just based on his story. The story of him and Dr. Hiruluk and Dr. Kreha in Drum and what he went through, how he joins the crew was great. Him fighting alongside Usopp and Alabasta, I love that. Him playing a part and being able to talk to all the animals in Alabasta was great as well. I do think he is a valuable member of the crew. I don't dislike the character. I think he's great. But I'm just putting him on, comparing him to the other crew members, because I feel like you have a different way of looking at a crew member as compared to a side character. Karoo up in A tier is because he was an awesome side character. If Karoo was a crew member, he might be in B tier. But you have to, the same with villains and stuff, you have to rank them based on what they are and what they contributed to the story. That's the way I feel about it anyway. I'm not gonna rank, a villain as the same way I'm going to rank a crew member, because I'm looking at how they contribute to the crew, how they, what's their dynamic, what do they bring to the story, how is their character developed, because with the crew members, you've been with them, most of them, since the start of the show, and they're going to be with us, they're the characters that's going to be with us all the way, down the line, whereas some of these characters we're never going to see again, and we have to judge them based on the story that's been told, but it's good. I think that he belongs in a Nami, I believe, is still S tier. I put an S tier in the East Blue version. I still believe that. I think that still to this day, she is the most important member on that crew. Just in terms of on the ship, I mean, she is the navigator. And I loved her little relationship with Vivi through the Grand Line. I loved it. The thing that got Nami into S tier for me was Along Park. Her story was so moving, and just what she's been through was just, I can't put it into words. She is an awesome character. I love the way she plays into the crew. I love her kind of she is like the mom of the crew, and she is the one that, I love that she's the one that stops the fights. The fights get stopped when Nami comes, she kind of is the bossy one that kind of tells them, let's go, we need to kick into gear here, we can't keep playing around. And the relationship she had with Vivi through it was great. I loved the way she was looking out for Vivi and built a real friendship with her, because at the start when she met Vivi and Whiskey Peak, she was thinking of the money. She was like, a princess? Right, what are you going to pay us? But as we went through those little arcs together, going through Little Garden, going through Drum, you saw her develop a real friendship with Vivi, and I thought that was great. And you can see She was the one that was the most, like, when we got to Alabasta, she kept thinking of Vivi, you know, and you could see it hurting her, that she just wants to help her friend, but she could see how much pain her friend was in. Yeah, the writing is so good in the show, and what she brings to the crew is just, I can't describe it, because I feel like her and Usopp, I like that as well. I liked that we got a little flashback of her and Usopp talking on the ship when Usopp was developing her new weapon for her, which I love, by the way. That's another reason why she's awesome. That weapon is great. I liked it. But what I enjoyed more is the interaction she had with Usopp. And those two kind of speaking to each other. And I love that they acknowledged it, basically being like, listen, we're normal. We are human beings that are on a ship that's got free kind of monsters on it, you know? And she, like, the free monsters in terms of Zorro, Luffy, and Sanji in terms of their strength, and then Chopper is a talking reindeer with devil fruit powers, you know? Now Nico Robin is another member of the OP crew, you know? She's got devil fruit powers, and she's well known to be a good fighter. So that was even before that, though, when they were talking about it, and basically they stick together. I like that they stick together and they acknowledge that the two of them are the same, and that they belong on that crew, you know? They both belong there. And I love that they actually brought attention to that instead of being like, yeah, you know, those are the weak members. But yeah, Nico Robin. Oh, guys, this is the. I'm gonna put her in A. I'm gonna put her in A. I believe that she's so close to S tier, you know, and that's crazy to say because she could leapfrog Usopp and Chopper straight away, and you know what? I think that she, just based on like, because like you remember, even though she's joined the crew now, we've got her on the crew, and I've enjoyed seeing her in the filler interacting with the crew. She's been there since Whiskey Peak. So she made her appearance in Whiskey Peak, and we've seen her, and she's been one of the most mysterious characters. She's been the character I've been most intrigued in this show. And I love that we're finding out more about her. And I love the way she's interacting on the ship compared to the way we saw her in Alabasta. I love that she is, you know, you see a completely different side to her when she's during these filler episodes. Guys, I'm gonna put her up. I'm gonna move her in S tier. I think that she belongs there. I've changed my mind. When I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, I'm putting her in S tier. I don't care. I think that because I was thinking about it, I'm like, right, if she didn't join the crew, and I still considered her a villain, she'd be an S tier. But she's joined the crew, and I can't wait to see what happens in the crew, because she was such a good villain. Like, I had her in Crocodile, like, as like, I thought that was one of the weak points. I'm not gonna lie, when I was going through the show, and like the arcs were amazing, storytelling was amazing, world building, just characters. Oh my god, the one thing that I thought that One Piece kind of lacked in was villains. And then going into Alabasta, when we had her and Crocodile, you know, that totally changed for me. The fact that she joined the crew, and the fact that there is still so much mystery there, I really want to find out more about her. Now, I'm putting her in S tier right now because I'm so intrigued by her, and I think that she is amazing. Like, she is the only one out of the entire group that has made it into S tier after just joining the crew. But I suppose we've had more time with her before that. But Sanji in East Blue, he was in A tier. You know, Usopp and Chopper stuck in A tier. I think that she belongs in S tier straight away. Just such an awesome character. The design, top notch. I cannot wait to find out more about her. I cannot wait to see in the next arc how her and the crew get on. Because we're about to start the next arc, you know, next canon arc, where she's going to be interacting with the crew members. And I can't wait to see how she plays into the role of a crew member in the next main arc. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'll see how I go. I'll fiddle about with it at the end if I do change my mind. But right now, my gut is telling me that she belongs in S tier. Right. Bon Clay. I'm going to put Bon Clay in B. I know that you guys love him. And the sacrifice at the end of Alabasta was awesome. And that bumped him up for me. Because to be honest, he was probably going to be C. He was funny. I enjoyed him that way. I thought the sacrifice was very noble, but that one thing isn't enough to bump him up for me. Like Karoo being an A tier, he's done a lot. Karoo he deserves to be in A because of all what he's been through with the crew. Bon Clay, I do think that his power is really his power was vital for Crocodile, for his plans for Alabasta. He played a big part in Baroque Works. And he is, I know for a fact we're going to see him again. Because of how much, whenever Mr. 2 Bon Clay shows up, I get the people saying, oh, legend, Mr. 2 Bon Clay, we love Mr. 2. I know you guys love Mr. 2, so I know that I'm going to see him again at some point. Right now, I'll put him in B. Okay? Calm down. I understand that he helped us get away from Alabasta. That is why he's made B. Because other than that, the fight with Sanji was awesome. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little gags with him. He is funny. But, he's just, other than that, he played a good part in Baroque Works. Yeah, I'll give him that. But B tier, I'm happy with that just now. I might change it. And I'm hoping that we'll see where we go from there. This is hilarious. I just noticed that this is the bear that they bow to in Drum. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it in D. I can't put it above that. That must be like a joke because that's funny. The thing was, right, I'm not gonna put it above D. I'm not gonna put it in trash because it's not trash. But it was a very funny joke, when they kept bowing to this bear, and then the big lady kept walking past them, and Usopp and Luffy kept bowing to her. That was funny, right? And I remember it was a bear. It was a hiking bear, I think they called it, and it carried a pickaxe. That was great. Of all the kind of animals I do, in fact, no, I'm going to put it in. I'll leave it in D. Now, Tashigi moved up to A tier for me. I thought that she was great in Alabasta. I thought she had some great moments. The moment where she had the whole crew lying there ready to be captured, and she chose against it and told the Marines, no, this ain't happening. Because she was so powerless against Robin. She was so powerless against Crocodile. And she had to rely on the Straw Hats to save this country. And her pride wouldn't let her take these people in. These people that had fought and saved all the people that she couldn't. And she saw them lying there. And it really tore her up that she had to do that. She had to spare these pirates, save these pirates. And, it brought her to tears when she was telling Smoker about it and stuff. I thought that was awesome. It was a great character moment for Tashigi. And she belongs in A tier now. I didn't think much of her in East Blue. I'll admit it. I thought that, it was a good little story point of her looking like Zorro's childhood friend that passed away. I thought that was a good little story thread that was going through. But now, I'm like, okay, Tashigi's established herself as a good character in Alabasta and belongs and deserves the recognition. Right. Dr. Hiraluke. Let's just get him right up there. Let's just get him right up there in S tier, where he belongs. What a character. Him for me is this in the same kind of way I think about Belmere. It's just a character that I only got to see in a flashback. He was already dead, when we arrived on that island. And I got a couple of episodes with him. And I fell in love with the story and the character. I think he is amazing. I love the story of how he raised Chopper, basically. And his speech when he drank the explosive. So powerful. And then the research with the the cherry blossoms at the end of the arc and stuff, and it was just so good. Him drinking the soup that Chopper gave him, knowing that it was poison. Guys, what a character. What a character that we only got for a couple of episodes. And that is the strength of One Piece. That is the strength of Oda's writing, is that he can make me fall in love with these characters that I only get to have like 2 episodes with them. You know, Belmere and Dr. Here, look, almost got the 2 doctors mixed up there. Amazing. Such strong characters. And, like I said, I'll rearrange these at the end to give my ranking of them. But he deserves the S tier. Because he was, I honestly believe that backstory, when at one point when I'm further down the line, I'll do rankings of the arcs. And Drum for me will be high. And it's because of his story. Chopper's story with Dr. Heroic and Dr. Kureha. The thing that bumps Drum down for me, we'll get to later on. A character on here that stops Drum from being an S tier arc, and we'll get to him when we get to him. These, you know, I don't think they're trash. Was it the Unluckies they were called? I'm not going to spend much time on them. I didn't, like, people were always acting scared of them and stuff, and then, like, I love the way Sanji just took care of them, which broke the bird's neck. And, you know, that was the end of them. But I just, you know, it's a vulture and, like, a little otter wearing, like, a onesie. Yeah, wearing sunglasses. You know, I don't have much to say on them. The same with this girl here from the filler in Alabasta. I don't think she's trash, but I don't have much to say about her. I didn't really care about her episode much. I liked the kind of little reveal that, you know, Vivi had met her when they were young and stuff, and her town she was one of the victims of the drought and stuff, but not much else to it. Dr. Kureha, A for Dr. Kureha. I really like, she didn't make quite S tier like Dr. Heroic, but I loved her dynamic. I loved the gag of her. I think she's like 139, I believe she was, and she would always joke about her age, and she'd walk about, you know, with her belly button piercing and stuff. She was fun. She was a fun character. I loved the emotional send-off that she gave Chopper, because she eventually saw him as her son as well, I believe, and that was awesome. I loved that she didn't complete it, but she saw Heroic's research through to the end for him as a send-off to Chopper. Such a powerful scene, awesome scene. You know, I love that she is an actual, like, good doctor. She is a great doctor that has passed on her knowledge to Chopper. I love that we got the information from her about Goldie Roger's real name. She was the one that told us, because she's been around for a long time. So she said that his name, I think it was Dalton that said to her, "You're talking about Gold Roger?" And she goes, is that what they call him now? You know, so she was the one that kind of revealed to us that Goldie Roger had the name D in his name. And about the will of D, that started because of Dr. Kureha, and then, like, I hear people in the comments saying, like, oh wow, the will of D stuff started all the way back here. Yeah, and I am so curious to find out what that means, because Robin seems to be curious about it. She asked Luffy about it, you know, so I wonder if we're going to get more information. I wonder if we should have, like, it's things like this, it makes me wish that we could speak to Dr. Kureha again, because she might have more information for us about these things, and about I wonder if she's ever met Roger, you know. That's interesting. I wonder if that will ever be revealed to us, because we don't know. Like, I really want to find out more about Roger's story, and if he's ever met Kureha, because the way she was talking about him was if she did know him, you know. It's weird, but yeah, I think she's great. I think she's a great character. I really enjoyed her on Drum, and I love her and Chopper's little dynamic, and I love that Chopper still kind of has a parent figure there to look up to, you know. It's great. This guy, I don't remember. I'm going to put it in trash. I do not remember this bird at all. I know he's not a part of like Crew's squad, so I'm just going to put it there because I can't remember. And if I can't remember one of the animals, then they're going in trash. I'm sorry. I'm being harsher this time. Um, oh, I keep pronouncing this guy's name wrong. Crocus or Crocus? It's one of those. I thought he was okay. I'm going to put him in C because we didn't get much time with him. I enjoyed the joke of him when they kept doing the kind of zoom in on him when he was doing the right serious face, but then he said something nonchalant. I enjoyed that gag. That was really fun. I love that he's looking after Laboon all these years and he's kind of treating him from the inside. I thought that was a really kind of little unique dynamic there. But we didn't get much from him, unfortunately, you know, so I'm not going to put him higher than C. You know, I feel like C's the kind of like, yeah, they're okay tier. Yeah, they're okay. D's the kind of like, I'm not too keen on them, but I don't hate them. And then trash is obviously trash, right? B, I would consider to be like good character with potential. A is really love the character, think they're great, but I'm not quite, you know, over that edge yet. And S tier is obviously like, right, you know, anytime this person's on screen, I can't wait to see this person and find out like what more about them, what they're going to do. Where, you know, C, I think he deserves to be in C because, like I said, what did we get? One episode, maybe two, with him. You know, I like that he was there. He was the one that kind of set us off in the Grand Line. He gave us gave Nami the log pose and stuff and told us how to use it. So he played a part in it, and I like that he has that connection to Laboon, and we know that they're there, and that's what I love about this world. It feels so lived in, because it feels like in other shows you leave arcs or places and you just feel like, oh, we're never going to hear or see from, you know, that again. Where in this world it feels so lived in. You feel like we know where it is and where they are. We know that he's still there at the entrance of the Grand Line with Laboon, you know, treating his injuries every day from the inside and the outside. You know that Dr. Kreha is in Drum, you know, in the castle, and there's things going on that we're not seeing. You know, they're restructuring their country and they want Dalton to be the leader and stuff. Things like that is happening in this world because it gives you the context. It's so good, right? Oh, Cobra. Guys, I loved Cobra. I'm going to put Cobra in A. I thought he was great. I really enjoyed his character. I think he's an awesome king. You know, just a really good character. It surprised me more and more, like how much I respected him, and you know the little moments he had as we were going. I think he's great. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed him, but yeah, guys, Vivi's dad is awesome, right? Let me just say that, and I'm really happy that he didn't, you know, because I thought to myself when we were in the tomb, I was like, oh. And he was looking up when he was smiling when all the stuff was coming down. I was like, oh, okay. Has he kind of resigned himself here? But I'm glad he made it out. I'm glad that he got to see, you know, he got to meet the Straw Hats and, you know, have that moment, you know, where he bowed down to him in the bath and stuff. I thought that was great. I think he's awesome. I love the gag too of him being like an overprotective dad, but at the same time being an inspiring king. Great, good stuff. Lashes. I think, yeah, we can put Lashes in C. I think he belongs in C because there was a lot of great comedy moments from him. You know, I loved that he got paired with Usopp when they were charging in to distract Baroque Works. Why? Yeah, I love that when I asked that question too, why would you put Usopp with the camel? And they went back and showed you that Usopp had that exact same thought where he's like, really? You need to put me with Lashes? I'm going to get killed. So, yeah. Great. This turtle, I'm just going to put it in trash. Because I remember it. It was the turtle that I think that Robin would ride on. But I have no thoughts about it. I don't care about it. I don't think it has any... You know, it's wearing a kind of cowboy hat and it's smoking a cigar or something. Great. I have no thoughts on it. The bunnies from Drum, I'll put in D. I did enjoy them, not as much as Lashes though, but I did enjoy them in the brief time that we had with them. I loved that they helped Luffy out after Luffy saved, like, when the avalanche happened and Luffy saved one of them, pulled them out, and the little baby was, trying to protect it. I don't know if it was his mum or his dad, and trying to get it out, and then Luffy done it, and they came to help us again and later in the arc. I thought that was great. A great little world building thing of creatures in the arc. Now, this one's tough for me, guys. Smoker. I believe Smoker was A tier when I done the East Blue one. Oh, Smoker. Do you deserve S? I don't. Right. I'm going to put Smoker in A. I enjoyed Smoker in Alabasta. I thought I've liked him from the day that I met him in Logtown. The day that I met him, as if, the day that I saw that episode of him in Logtown. I think he's an awesome character, one of the best designs, I think, in the show. His power's OP, and I think he has some great moments in Alabasta with Luffy, with Zorro. At the end of Alabasta where he was calling Marine HQ, that was great. But the problem I had with him was that he disappeared for most of the arc. So even though we got those great kind of moments, I feel like the person that I saw that grew the most for me was Tashigi. Tashigi and her moments actually being in the middle of the battle and stuff, I feel like she moved up more for me, whereas Smoker hasn't quite. I'm quite particular about who goes into the S tier rank. I mean, the biggest compliment I can give the Smoker right now is that I'm thinking about it. I'm weighing it in my head where I'm like, I'm thinking about putting Smoker in S tier because I do love him, but I don't think he's quite there yet. This dog is trash. Like, I understand it's an interesting thing of a gun ate a devil fruit, which I still think is just weird, and I just don't want to, I just trash. Hina, I'm going to put her in C. I think she's got a very interesting power. I think she's got a very interesting relationship with Smoker. And she knows Tashigi well as well, but I've not seen much. I think she's okay. I'm like, okay, cool new Marine, but that's all I know about her. So great design, C. Right, Pearl. Oh, Pearl. Oh, Pearl. You shouldn't be alive, Pearl. Right, I'm going to put Pearl in B. Because I'm trying to. It's not his fault that he survived, right? I don't like that he survived. If he had died there, it would have probably been an A. That sacrifice would have probably put him in A. I'm going to put him in B. Because it's the fact that he made the sacrifice. He didn't know he was going to survive, So he made that sacrifice. He was willing to give his life for the country. I loved that. I loved the little flashback showing his relationship with Vivi. His design is awesome. His devil fruit, I like the falcon thing. I think that's great. He belongs in B. I think he's still a good character. The death thing did leave a bad taste in my mouth where I was like, I would have probably preferred it if he died. It's a weird feeling because I like him. I don't want him to be dead. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like that takes away from that scene a lot now. And the way I felt about that, which is weird because, I don't know. I really don't know. It's a strange one because I want him to be alive, but at the same time, I want that sacrifice to have been a lot more meaningful. I feel like that would have kind of bumped that up a bit, but I like Pearl. Sue me, I like Pearl. I'm going to put him there. Koza. I'm going to put Koza in C. I like Koza, but I don't, he did get played a lot, he gets shot a lot. You know, I don't know how many episodes ended with Koza getting shot and the misunderstanding, or it was Baroque Works that done it and instigated a riot. I like Koza, but he did, you know, like, he was there, he played his part really well in the story. I love the relationship with him and Vivi and them when they were younger, with the squad that they had. He was a vital role in the story of Alabasta, but other than that, personality-wise, I'm like, well, let's see. The crab, D. I don't think it was trash, with some funny moments with it, but other than that, meh. Right. B for Miss Dollfinger. I think that she is one of the best designs of Baroque Works. I think she was awesome. I loved the fight with her and Nami, just because it was basically Nami trying to figure out what the hell she was doing, and it was such a strange dynamic. She has the weirdest walk in One Piece, I will say that. She has a very confident walk, but it looks insane. But one of the best designs, and I think she belongs in B tier alongside Pearl and Bon Clay. Now, Miss Monday, I'll put in C tier. I like the dynamic of it. I like the design of her. And I like the fact that she stood up for Vivi and Igram when they revealed who they were. She still stuck with them and kind of went up against Mr. Five and Miss Valentine. So yeah, I don't have much to say about her. Like, I love the fight in Whiskey Peak with Zorro and all of them, and she played a good part in it. You know, we didn't see her after Whiskey Peak, but I enjoyed her role in Whiskey Peak. Here we go. Zorro, get him up there, straight up there, S tier. As you guys know, I love Zorro. Him and Luffy are my favourite characters, and Zorro is just... What can I say about Zorro? In these arcs, he's some great moments. The moment on Little Garden I loved, where he was going to cut his legs off, and Vivi and Nami were looking at him like he was insane, and he got halfway through. I love that. I love him. Like, I'd say his weakest arc since coming to the Grand Line was probably Drum, because Zorro was kind of sidelined in Drum. He was kind of on the ship for most of it, and then he was kind of like going around with Vivi and Usopp, and just kind of he was always the last to know what was happening in Drum, and he made up for it in Alabasta. I thought he was great in Alabasta. The fight with Mr. One of my favourite fights so far. I thought that was great. You know, the little flashback he had with him and his master in the dojo, with him finally coming to realise how he can cut steel. That was great. And I cannot wait to see more from Zorro. Zorro is the character that I just, since day one, I've been like, yeah, okay, one of my favourites by far. And I'll do the shuffle like I said. I won't do it right now, but I'll go at the end and I will move them based on who's top of S down to A. I'm not going to do B and downward because, you know, that doesn't really matter to me, but I'll sort S and A into the order of my favourites, and I'll give a definitive answer by the end of this video between Zorro and Luffy, how I'm feeling right now in this moment. But yeah, amazing character. What else can I say about Zorro? You guys know that I love Zorro, and so I won't go too into depth on that. Helmeppo. Right, I really liked Helmeppo's little turnaround with him and Kobe. I'm going to put him in C. Put him in C just now. I want to see where he goes, you know, because I didn't like him in East Blue, obviously, because of how he was. But those couple of episodes we got of him and Kobe, where he turned himself around, he's developed a friendship with Kobe, and the two of them are going for it in the Marines under the Vice Admiral Gap. Yes. And so I think that he's changed. He's turned himself around, and he gave a little speech to kind of motivate Kobe, and the two of them are kind of going for it. I like that. Yeah, so I can't wait to see how he develops more in the future. This guy from the filler, I don't have much of an opinion on. I wasn't really interested in it. This other guy from the filler, the same. It was a neat little episode thing, but I knew what I was getting into. So, that there. Mr. 1 was A for me. I think he is one of the best designs we've seen. I loved his Devil Fruit ability. I loved his fight with Zorro. I believe it was revealed to us his name is Daz Bones, as Smoker told us. You know, he was an assassin. He was a bounty hunter. I loved the fight between him and Zorro. I loved the way it ended. And, you know, it went down, coughing up bloods, laughing about a kind of joke between him and Zorro about next cutting what a waste it would be to cut diamonds. You know, just great. Awesome. Great character. Deserves to be up there. And guess who else deserves to be up there? We're here now. It's Monkey D. Luffy. And he's straight up into S tier, where he belongs. One of the best protagonists of all time. I can't speak highly enough about him, you know, and it was in S tier. Him, Zorro, Nami, and Belmere were the only S tiers at the end of East Blue, and he belongs there again because he's not. I know for a fact Luffy and Zorro are never moving out of S tier. You know, I will, if something happens in an arc where I think that I'm starting to dislike a character, I will move them down. You know, I will put them down if I didn't enjoy that particular arc. But Luffy is just, I've said it once, I've said it a million times, one of the best protagonists I've ever seen in a shonen. He is amazing. I love the way he is just very blunt, straight to the point, but at the same time, caring, compassionate. But when he has to cut through, that scene with Vivi I'm thinking about, where he basically had to say her, listen, this is what's happening. You're trying to save us here. We're here for you. You know, let us go. Let me go and fight Crocodile. We're not going to stop it by, you know, running around all over the place if we don't beat it at the source. I need to go and do this. I thought that was great. I loved the kind of friendship he formed with Vivi. I love the way he forms friendships with all of them. Everybody that's joined the crew, he's formed friendships with them. You know, I love that he has just, over the course of the show, you feel like he's growing. You know, he's growing, and those 3 fights he went up against Crocodile, and they just got better and better, but he was left for dead twice, and then he just got straight back up, you know, dehydrated, not caring. Let's go, I need to go and get him again. You know, and that speech he gave to Crocodile in the tomb, oh man, the intensity in his eyes when he was saying it, I will be the king of the pirates, you know, and Crocodile's insulting him, saying, you know, you're listening to a rookie, stuff like that. And he's saying, like, no, I'm not going to stop, I ain't stopping, because you're going to kill Vivi if I stop. And that's my friend, blah, blah. And it's the complete opposite of Crocodile's ideals. I loved it. I love Luffy. I cannot speak highly enough about him. I think he is one of the best protagonists I've ever seen. And I can't wait to see where he goes from here. Now, this is the man I was talking about that is training Cobra and Helmeppo. I think he's okay. I'll put him in C. I did enjoy him. I enjoyed the dynamic of him training Cobra and Helmeppo. I think that's awesome. I love that he's took them under his wing, you know, and he's a high rank in the Navy, and he has these two under his wing. I love that. They're in good hands. He seems like a good Marine, which I know in this show is very hard to come by. We've got Smoker, we've got Tashigi, and then, you know, Gap and Kobe and Helmeppo. That's who we've got. Belmere, but we, you know, I'm talking this day. Who do we have? So I'm going with that. But yeah, I think he's great. Dalton. I'm going to put Dalton in B. I really enjoyed Dalton's character. I thought he was good. I I really, that's the thing, it's these side characters in these arcs that you don't expect to get attached to. I thought Dalton was good. I love that he played a part in Chopper's backstory. And I'd say out of everybody that was present that day, when Hero gave his speech, he was affected the most by it. Dalton was affected the most by it, and that was the kind of turning point for him, where he's like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Really great character. I love his insights into Vivi, because he remembers Vivi when she was a young girl and the incident that she had at the summit, the World Summit thing. Dalton's great. Dalton's great, guys. I hope that we get to see him again. I like that he and Dr. Kureha seem to have formed a little friendship at the end of the arc. That's great. I honestly can't remember this thing. I honestly can't remember this. So I'm going to put it in trash, because I cannot remember what it is. And that's a bad sign. If I can't remember it, probably didn't like it. Chaka. I like Chaka as well. I'm going to put Chaka in C. I think Chaka was okay. I didn't like Chaka as much as I like Pearl. But I still like Chaka. I thought he played a good role. I like the fact that you saw that he trained Koza when he was younger. I like his relationship. I like that Chaka was the one that we got to see the king through. Every time the king done something that made me go, oh, this is a great king. Chaka was kind of in my shoes there, where he's standing there in awe and being like, we've been underestimating this man, blah, blah, blah. But he is the kind of like representative of the Royal Army. I like the Jackal, that he has the devil fruit power of the Jackal. He did kind of get, made irrelevant in terms of the fighting. I don't think he could have done much against Crocodile or Robin, for that matter. But it's not that. It's his personality and the way he, loves the country and fought for the country to the end that made me respect him. The Kung Fu Dugongs. Right. Now, these guys I love. They can go up to C. I'm not going to put them in B, because it's like a little animal that we met in Alabasta, and it's not like an actual character, but I love these little guys. I think they are the cutest animal that we've seen so far in One Piece. I think they're adorable, and I think that they're hilarious. I love that they have to follow whoever beats them in a fight, and they all became Luffy's disciples. I thought that was great. I thought it was fantastic. Oh, Laboon. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say the same for Laboon, because I actually really liked Laboon. I thought it's a sad story for him, but I liked the kind of resolution of Luffy drawing the very poor rendition of the Straw Hat flag on Laboon, and we got a kind of little nice moment there where Luffy made the promise to come back and see him. I thought that was great. A great little story, and I like that he's just there at the entrance to the Grand Line, him and Crocus. Yeah, I like Laboon. I'll put him up with Crocus. There we go. Right. So. Oh. I like Dory and Brogy. Not enough to put them in B. Yeah, I'm going to put Dory and Brogy in B. I'll get them together while we're here. I like Dory and Brogy. I like the premise of their fight. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed their kind of like little relationship that they ended up having with the crew. Like, we got split off. We got like kind of Nami and Usopp with Dory, I believe. Oh god, I always get them mixed up. And Luffy and Vivi with Brogy. I'm probably getting that mixed up. I think I am. But I did enjoy that. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed, the pride that they had in their fight. I enjoyed the send-off that they gave us as we were leaving Little Garden, where they kind of cut through the big fish to get us away. That was great. But I thought they were just fun characters, and you could see that Luffy respected them. Luffy and Usopp, I think they had an impact on Luffy and Usopp when they saw these guys and the way they were fighting and the way they, the way they kind of carried themselves and the premise of their fight. I really enjoyed that. It was a little, I'd say Little Garden, out of all the arcs so far since we've got to the Grand Line has been my least favourite, but I enjoyed Dory and Brogy. I enjoyed their dynamic and the way that they, it's a weird one because I want to find out more about the giants in this world. They're the only giants we've seen. And so I love the Viking thing. I love that their fight started because of a hunting competition. I think that's great. I think all that's great context to their fight. But the characters, like the big silly laughs and stuff, and, just, I enjoy that. I enjoy that they're probably still on Little Garden fighting right now. Like I said, the world building's insane. You can kind of map out where everybody is and what they're doing in this world. So yeah, I enjoyed Dory and Brogy. Jango. Put him with his partner. Put him in D. I thought Jango was kind of funny. He's based on Michael Jackson and stuff, and I enjoy his comeback. I actually enjoy. Obviously, I read the little cover story, showing how he came to kind of meet Full Body and kind of, end up in the Marines. But that's not enough for me, because I've only seen them a little bit coming back. Maybe if I get more time with the two of them, they can move up for me. But as it stands right now, I don't see it much. But Vivi, I'm putting Vivi in S tier. Guys, I love Vivi. I really wanted Vivi to join the crew. I'm really sad that she didn't join the crew. Vivi's character development since we met her at Laboon when she was pretending to be Miss Wednesday has been amazing. That send-off at the end of Alabasta with the X on the arm was so good, and I was so sad that she didn't join, but at the same time I can understand that she has to stay in Alabasta, right? I get that. But God, I loved that character. I loved the way her story played out, because we got to see some great moments from her on Drum, where she bowed down to beg the people to save Nami. That was great, and Luffy watched that, and Luffy kind of learned something from her there. I love that she's been that way since she was a little girl. She's had the mentality of, I have people to protect in my country. I cannot make a bad decision here. I need to act in a proper way, even though this person is clearly being an asshole. I need to, just suck up and just take the hit kind of thing. I think that's great. I think she's such a strong character. I really hope we're going to get to see her again. I know saying that is One Piece, we will get to see her again because we went back and seen characters, in East Blue that I was never expecting to pop back up. I was never expecting Full Body and Jango to pop back up in the story, but they have. So I really can't wait to see more of Vivi if we get more of the story of what's going to happen with her in Alabasta. I really hope that we do. I'd love to just check in every now and again because I love Vivi. I did not expect her character to grow on me so much because I'd say that maybe halfway through Alabasta she was A. I was putting her in A alongside Karoo, and then Alabasta happened and she just... The emotions that character went through in that arc were insane because Oda really made you feel every time we went to a town, every time we came upon a situation that was affecting this country, she was feeling it, and she was feeling it hard, and her trying to reach out to the Rebel Army and the Royal Army because she loved both. She grew up friends with all the members of the Rebel Army since they were kids, and the Royal Army, she's close with all of them as well because of, like the Pearl, Chaka and stuff. I can't put into words how much I really enjoyed her because I did. I thought she was fantastic, and I think she's earned the S tier. And I hope that will come back to her one day, and maybe she'll join the crew eventually. The guy from the filler, didn't think much of him. The Mr. Freeze partner, Miss Golden Week. I thought her power was interesting. Other than that, I didn't think much of her. Mr. 9, I'm going to put him D. I like that he also made the same kind of sacrifice as Miss Monday and kind of stuck with Vivi and Igram, but I don't know, there's something about Mr. 9 that just kind of annoyed me a little bit more, where I was like, eh. But then again, he only played a small part, but it was okay. Mr. 11, I mean, he was there for like, what, 10 seconds? You know, he was captured on the ship, and then I think Brokeworks agents killed him, didn't they? So, I don't have much to say about him. He was basically there for like a plot point for Smoker to get information. So, that was really it. Ace. Right. I'm putting Ace in A tier. I do not believe he deserves S tier right away. Right? Vivi and Robin earned their S tier. They were with us from the very start of the Grand Line, and we were learning more and more about them as we progressed through. Ace, we've only seen him, we got a little hint of him in Drum, where he left the note for Luffy, and then we got what? I'm trying to not count the filler here, because I know that it's messed up what Ace is actually supposed to have done in Alabasta because of the filler. But it was only meant to be there to say hi to Luffy, you know, have a little altercation with Smoker, give Luffy, like, meet the crew and stuff, say his highs and byes, give Luffy the piece of paper that he gave him, that Nami tied into his hat, and then destroy all the Brokeworks ships on the way out. He is one of the characters. If I was going to give S tiers based on first impressions, yes, Ace would be an S tier. You know, Smoker would be an S tier. Mihawk would be an S tier. Shanks would be an S tier. Dragon would be an S tier. But these characters are mysterious and have made brief appearances, but I can't put them in S tier based on that. I love the fact that he's Luffy's brother. I love the fact that they have a great, you know, relationship, because anime brothers just, like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this BS if it's going to be, you know, Sasuke Itachi. I don't want to go down that route. I can't be bothered with it. But I love that they have such respect and care for each other quite clearly. I love the big smile on Luffy's face when he told the crew, that's my brother. That was great. And I love that Ace is, you know, he's just, I know we're going to see him again, right? I know we're going to see him again because he offered Luffy for him and the crew to join the Whitebeard Pirates that Ace is a part of. And Zorro and a few other people mentioned about how big the Whitebeard Pirates are and how, like, amazing a pirate Whitebeard is. So I know we're going to come down the line, we're going to meet him again. I cannot wait for that day that we get to see Ace again. And we know that he's got his story where he's hunting down Blackbeard. He was and I'm really interested to find out about that story, because a character that is now called Blackbeard was on Whitebeard's ship. So I want to find out what the story is there. And obviously we're going to get that story and find out more about Ace. When we find out more about Ace, maybe he'll make it up in S tier. I think he will eventually, based on the first impression I have of him. But right now, I'm going to put him in A. Axehand Morgan, I'm gonna put him in D. I know that we got to see a little bit more of him because of, you know, Helmeppo. I know he broke free basically, and Helmeppo vowing to catch him. I thought that was good. It was good for Helmeppo that moment, but with Axehand Morgan, I just feel like he's like one of the first villains. If him and Alvida, I believe, are like the first couple of villains, and there's been so much better villains since then that I just kind of like, yeah, okay, you know, I like that he played a role in Luffy and Zorro meeting each other and Kobe joining the Marines. So he has played a great part in the story, but I don't have much else to say about him, really. This guy, from the filler, I don't have much to say about. Mr. 4, I did not like Mr. 4, guys. Put him in trash, and in fact, let's get it out of the way right now. Miss Merry Christmas, trash. Mr. 7, was it? Trash. Right? Miss, I can't remember her name, but Ribbit, trash. Let's get them in there right now. I did not enjoy those members of Baroque Works, and that was the dynamic for me. Miss Merry Christmas was so annoying. Mr. 4 was so bland. The other two were just like, why? But I just, like, that was the weird thing for me, because it was the spectrum, like I was saying, of S-tier designs. Crocodile, Robin, Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger, and then you turn and look at these four, and you're like, oh, right, okay. And as much as I enjoyed the fight between Mr. 4, Miss Merry Christmas, and Usopp and Chopper, I just, they were annoying characters, and I was glad when they weren't on screen. Now, Mr. 5, I'm actually going to put Mr. 5 in C, because I thought that he was a good villain for the arcs that he was in. He was in Whiskey Peak, and we saw him in Little Garden as well. And I like his design. His power was unique, the bomb thing, and the way he used it with the boogers and stuff, what I thought was funny. But yeah, I thought that he was at least a good designed, interesting villain compared to Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas, who I thought were not that. And Mr. 3, see, Mr. 3, I'm going to put him, yeah, he was okay. Did I put him in D? Mr. 3 was okay, because I actually like the fact that he came back and he had that moment. I think that he uses powers very uniquely. Like when he protected himself inside the crocodile, or the alligator's stomach, using his wax ball. I thought that was really interesting, and I like that he played a big part in the Alabasta saga. Like him, Sanji pretending to be him, and then him showing up at that meeting and having that moment where him going down the trap door because Crocodile pushed him down there. He made you hate him. He made me hate him in Little Garden, So he's done enough to not make D tier, but he's not the best. Let's be honest, he's not the best. But yeah, he's not bad. He's not a bad villain, but he's just kind of there in the mid-range. Igram's wife, I'd feel bad putting her in trash, because I don't think she's bad. I'll put her in D, because I thought I did enjoy her trying to keep up with Luffy by making the food at the banquet. But other than that, I know nothing about her, and I wouldn't judge her in trash just because of that. So put her in D. Kobe, I'm going to put Kobe in B. Let's put Kobe up in B tier. I like Kobe, and I like this newfound Kobe training at Marine HQ. Kobe's in the Grand Line now. Him and Helmeppo are in the Grand Line. I really hope we're going to see Kobe again someday. And I don't mean just like me seeing him. I mean, like, I hope Luffy gets to see him again and to see him grow, because he's going under training now, and I really hope that he's going to get like a kind of power boost, because when you think about it, when Zorro and Luffy left Kobe, it was pretty much helpless. He would have got blew over by a strong wind, and now he's going under intense training every day under like a vice admiral in Marine HQ. I can't wait to see how him and Helmeppo, when they come back, like what stage they're at. I wonder if we're going to get another episode to kind of like give us a little update, to be like, all right, this is them in the middle of their training at Marine HQ, this is where they are now. I really want to see that, right? These guys, trash. I did not enjoy them. I thought they were silly. I think that them and this guy, Wapple, let's put him in here as well. I think that those three characters, let's call them, because they end up becoming joined for some stupid reason, but these two here, this little group here, is the reason that Drum is not an S tier arc. It's because of these. Wapple was, I feel like, just a bad villain, and it's the one thing for me that brings Drum down. I can't say much else about him other than that. I think his power is just, as much as it's a kind of unique power, it's a bit silly, isn't it? For like such an emotional story. I wish he was a more serious character. You know, a more serious and less just annoying, and like, I never felt like he was a threat. That was the thing. I was like, right, this guy runs a country and there's nobody there that can threaten him, so he feels like he's the big cheese. And then at no point during the fight with Luffy was I like worried 1 second that he was going to even get a hit in, to be honest with you. He sucked. He was a bad villain. I did not enjoy him. I did not enjoy his little henchman either. I did enjoy I enjoyed the fight between them and Chopper because I got to see Chopper. I got to see Chopper's, you know, abilities and his techniques and stuff. That was great. But them, no, I did not enjoy them. Miss Valentine, I'm going to put her in D. I don't think she's as good as Mr. 5, and her laugh annoyed me, but I still thought she was okay. She was okay. You know, she wasn't as bad as, you know, Miss Merry Christmas and stuff. Yeah, Miss Valentine was okay. She played her part well, and I like Whiskey Peak in Little Garden. She deserves to not be in trash. I thought she was okay. Igram. Oh, Igram. I liked Igram. I'm going to put Igram in C. I don't think he quite makes B because he was missing for a lot of it. And as a Baroque Works agent, when I thought it was Baroque Works, I thought it was a fun little design, and like with the, was it like a saxophone or like a trumpet or something, where he used it to shoot the bullets out at Zorro. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, him, I love when you saw a little bit of the flashback and you saw that he was the overprotective one with Vivi and stuff. And I thought it was really funny at the end when I thought Vivi was going to join the crew because Igram was dressed up like Vivi to give the speech. So it gave me false hope. I was like, oh yes, Vivi, he's doing that so Vivi can leave with the Straw Hats. Nah, that didn't happen. But Igram's a good character. I liked Igram. And I was glad that he was alive, basically. That Robin kind of made it look like he was dead. That was great. It was a great little twist. Crocodile. Let's just get him up here. Oh. Yeah, I'll move him up. Don't worry. I will move him up. That's temporary. He is going into S tier, where he belongs. The best villain in this series, by far. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. The best villain in the show. One of the best villains I've seen in any show. He was great. He was a Bond villain. A James Bond villain in an arc where it was tailor-made for him. A sand kingdom, and he has a Logia devil fruit of sand. He belonged in that arc, you know. It was just everything about him. The contingency plans were amazing. Plan after plan after plan. Oh, you broke my hook. I've got a knife. There's poison on this as well. You know, like everything, all the little things. The bomb, oh, you stopped them from setting the bomb off. It's got a timer on it. It's going to go off anyway. It won't kill as much as I thought it would, but it'll still do the job. Yeah, he belongs there. He belongs in S tier. The first villain to be in S tier, he belongs in S tier. There's nobody else that I would consider villain-wise to be S tier for the show so far. And he is like one of my favourite villains I've ever seen in anything. And that says a lot, because I've seen some awesome villains over the years, and he was just amazing. Like I said, the plans, the backup plans, the maniacal laugh, and the way he would dig it into everybody. Cobra, Vivi, Luffy. He beat Luffy twice. Left him for dead. Nobody else has came close to beating Luffy yet. We've had a kind of close calls where Luffy got himself into some tough scrapes, but Crocodile had his number. You know? Had his number twice. And then the third time was just, what a fight. What a way to end the arc. Amazing. I can't speak highly enough on this character. I think that he is just... I was worried that he wasn't, like... When I heard that he was one of the 7 warlords and we were going up against him, I was like, oh, right, okay, up against one of the 7 warlords. That expectation now that I have whenever I meet one of these 7 warlords, because the 2 that we've met is Crocodile and Mihawk, and the 2 of them have been amazing. Design-wise, you know, presence, just absolutely fantastic. I cannot speak highly enough about this character. And guys, let me know what you guys think of when you first saw Crocodile on this show. Was he straight up there for you? You know, like, it's just like, how can I praise him anymore than saying that he's one of the best? My throat's going now. I've been talking about One Piece too much. My throat's starting to go. But before I do, I will arrange these in the proper order, okay? So let's get Luffy and Zorro up here. We'll move these around. Let's say Vivi up. I'd say Crocodile. Unfortunately, Luke's going to the bottom of the S tier. I believe he belongs in S tier, but the other characters are just too strong. Right. As it stands right now, Luffy's top for me. Zorro, very close in second. That'll probably change. I think I still prefer Nami over Sanji, but that again is close. That is close. Vivi over Robin right now, but Crocodile. God, I love Crocodile so much, guys. Did I put Crocodile here? Did I put Crocodile here? I might put Crocodile there. Yeah. I'm happy with that S ranking because Crocodile is so good as a villain. Vivi and Robin are amazing as, you know, crew members or potential crew members, but the villain of Crocodile, God, so good. In terms of here, Usopp is top of A for me. I really like Usopp, and I hope one day I'm going to break him through into S tier. I'd say after him, I'd put Ace, Chopper, Smoker. I might like Smoker more, actually. Nah, Smoker there. Tashigi. No, in fact, I put Karoo above Tashigi. Mr. 1, but I prefer Cobra over Dr. Kureha. Unfortunately, Dr. Kureha is going at the bottom. I put Mr. 1 above Cobra. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get Kobe up there, actually. Let's get Kobe at the top of B, where he belongs. But yeah, guys, there it is. That is the list. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that S tier. Those amazing characters. The thing about One Piece is it's so strong. The characters are so strong. And this is just from one little... This isn't even every character that I've seen so far. The East Blue have all the kind of other characters. You can check that one out. Where I've done, you know, the likes of Shanks and Mihawk and everyone we met when we were in East Blue. Arlong, Zeph, you know, all those great characters as well that we could see again. and hopefully we'll see again down the road. But this little adventure we've been on since getting to the Grand Line and now completing Alabasta, look at all these amazing characters we've met along the way, you know. And although this little trash section here, it's mostly filled with animals that I don't understand and filler characters, you know. The only ones that are there that are like canon characters that I just don't like are the couple of Baroque Works folk that are just annoying, and Wapple and his henchmen that I just didn't like, you know. The rest of them are all filler and meh and just like animals that I don't understand. But the rest, you know, what can you say? Good characters. Because I don't believe, like, that's what I'm saying, like, for me, D tier isn't a bad character. They're just, I think they're okay, they're there. But they play a part in the story. It's like I said, C tier is, I like them, they're good. But, you know, they're just like, I need to see more. If I saw more, maybe I could elevate them. But I like them, I do like them. B tier, great characters, really like them. Made an impact on me, you know. A tier, love them, love these characters, can't wait to see more of them. Hope that we get more and hope that one day they move up into S tier. And S tier is just, you know, they have totally, you know, made me love the show in more and more ways. Like, every time they're on screen, I'm just drawn in by them. That's S tier for me. I want to find out more about these characters. I need to find out more about Nico Robin. I want her to see how she goes on with the crew. I want to see Vivi again. I want to see how she's getting on in Alabasta after recovering from all this thing. I want to see Crocodile again. Even though he's been captured by the Marines, I want to kind of see how he reacts to being beaten by Luffy. I'm hoping that one time we get... Because I remember when Luffy got his first bounty and Axan Morgan was in the jail and one of the Marines took the wanted poster in to show him. I hope someone does that with Crocodile and we get to see his reaction to Luffy and Luffy's new bounty. Because Luffy now has a bounty higher than what his was. Luffy's now 100 million. Crocodile was 80, I believe, before he became a warlord. I mean, come on. That would be awesome. Guys, that's it. That's my rankings, guys. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. Please be mindful of spoilers. Remember, I have just finished Alabasta. And let me know what you guys would have given your characters at this stage in the story. When you just finished Alabasta, who would make your S tiers? Let me know in the comments. Just tell me, Mark, at this point, my S tiers are blah, blah, blah. I disagree. I think that, you know, Chopper and Usopp should be S tier characters. Make your case in the comments and we'll chat about it and we'll see how yours differs from mine. Or you could pop in and say, Mark, I don't believe that, you know, Vivi deserves to be S tier. You can tell me that in the comments and we can have a little chat about it. Please do so. But guys, thank you for watching the video. If you've watched this big long video all the way to the end, I very much appreciate it. And yeah, like the video if you can, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll be back in the next video with One Piece episodes 144 and 145. I will see you guys then on a brand new adventure. Cheers guys, bye bye.